Wednesday morning, February 18th. Thanks for joining us on ROC Rochester. I'm Abby Fridman.
And I'm Stephanie Joseph. We do have a lot to get to this morning, but we first want to look at some of the news you need to know.
Our Christian Garzone is live in the newsroom right now. He's taking a look at some of our headlines this morning. Christian?
Hey, good morning, ladies. We'll start off with 3 people being treated for serious injuries after a head-on crash in Henrietta. It happened around 6:30 on East River Road near RIT. Investigators say a Hummer crossed the center line and crashed into the pickup truck there. 2 people inside the Hummer and the driver of the truck were hospitalized. We're told 2 are in critical condition. No word on any potential charges with this. A pedestrian remains hospitalized this morning after she was trapped under an RTS bus following a police chase. On Tuesday morning, state troopers tried to pull over a driver they say fled, driving through a red light at Hudson and Clifford Avenue. He crashed into an RTS bus that then hit the woman. Both she and the driver were hospitalized with serious injuries. DMVs across New York State will reopen today. Offices closed last week as the state implemented its first phase in a massive upgrade project. Officials hope the new system will lead to quicker services and fewer lines. Happening today, Monroe County inviting SNAP recipients to an informational town hall on changes to the program. It's from 6 to 8 at the Ibero Community Resource Center on Clifford Avenue. Community members will learn about the work requirements and exemptions available. It's the first of several town hall meetings in the upcoming weeks. And that's what you need to know. Right back to you ladies in the studio.
All right, Christian, thank you.
All right, let's get a look at what we have brewing for the next 2 hours, starting with February being Gut Health Month. This morning, Kelly Springer is breaking down how our gut impacts our immune system, energy, even our mood. She'll share some simple science-backed ways to support your gut and better your digestive health.
Then get ready to ask yourself, is this story truth or trash? Christian Garzone will be back with another edition of Truth or Trash. Today, we have a lineup of headlines that include some pretty wild stories.
Yeah, you won't believe it. And later, we are continuing to meet some of the 4-legged contestants that are competing to become the next ROC Top Pet. I'm very excited for this. And this morning, we'll be introduced to Franklin and Laszlo.
Yeah, exciting. Before all of that, a check of our forecast. This Wednesday, we are going to be seeing some mixed precipitation headed our way. Meteorologist Marty Snyder is tracking what we can expect. Marty?
Well, thanks, guys. Yeah, we're starting off with still at least some precipitation building into the area now. A lot of that is in the form of plain rain, but we're right on that verge of seeing a few areas vary a little bit. So still that potential is there for at least some freezing rain to mix in. And even as you zoom in and look a little bit more to the south at this point, notice how at least a few more of the valleys are at least skewing just a little bit cooler in some instances. That's changing a few areas over to at least some freezing rain. And maybe a story where it may turn into more freezing rain along the lakeshore versus areas south as we head deeper into the day. Here's a check of some of the temperatures around the area. Most areas above freezing, but not by much. And it's that razor thin margin that may end up working in our favor throughout the day today. But some areas are going to be a little closer. Notice Dansville right at the freezing point, down in the valley. Some of that cooler air is settled out there. So that potential is still there for at least some of this freezing rain as we head through the day. And as temperatures do pull back just a little bit, we're not going to see a big change in temperatures. But if anything, we may pull back a little bit. And like I mentioned, also with these temperatures coming in so close to the freezing point, it's going to be a story where as we pull back a little bit, it could pull a few places closer to freezing, which could flip a few more places over to some of that freezing rain. So just keep in mind, it's out there. Also, the fog is out there as well. Don't want to forget to mention that because it is a slight issue. 38 as we head towards tomorrow, 43 into Friday. It's a little milder for the next few days, but today, again, very close to that critical freezing point, just a little bit above, so that's going to work in our favor, but some areas may stay a little closer to freezing, causing that risk there to see at least some freezing rain over the course of the day today.
All right, we want people to be safe as they get ready to head out on the roads, whether it's for their morning commute or their afternoon, evening commute. All in all, we just, be mindful of that forecast.
That's it. Just take it easy, take a little extra time, and you should be all right.
All right, Marty, thank you.
Okay.
Let's go off the top. We'll start with some of the things that have piqued our interest this morning. I'll start things off with a question for you, Steph.
Okay.
Do boneless chicken wings technically count as chicken wings, or are they technically a nugget or something entirely different?
Well, I would always consider them wings. Yeah.
Okay. All right, good. Well, a judge in Illinois has officially made a ruling on what the sports bar, Buffalo Wild Wings, can call those items on the menu. So this whole debacle actually started in March of 2023 when a man named Ayman Hallam filed a lawsuit against Buffalo Wild Wings, accusing the company of consumer fraud. Hallam claimed economic injury due to what he called false advertising. He said he was fooled by the term boneless wings. He was under the impression the food that he would receive would essentially be regular chicken wings, but with the bones fully removed. He even suggested the Buffalo Wild Wings instead call the items chicken poppers. So when the lawsuit was first filed back in 2023, Buffalo Wild Wings responded with a tweet. Let's see if we can pull that up. On the screen, it says, this was 2023, "It's true, our boneless wings are all white meat chicken. Our hamburgers contain no ham. Our buffalo wings are 0% buffalo." Kind of taking a little bit of a dig back at that man.
Yeah.
However, the judge said the average consumer wouldn't technically need to research the menu item to figure out the fact that these were not chicken wings that had been deboned. Boneless wings have been around for about 20 years now, so the judge basically said, hey, this really shouldn't be a big shock to anyone here. According to news outlets, the restaurant can continue calling them boneless wings, even though a lot of people consider them to be chicken nuggets. We have some viewer comments, people writing in, a lot of people saying, is this really like the biggest problem we have right now?
Exactly.
But some other people saying, if we're going to litigate over boneless wings, surely the stronger claim is zoological, not anatomical. Last I checked, buffalo don't have wings at all, boneless or otherwise. It's a fair point.
Yeah.
You know? This person said, glad the court cleared it up. Sometimes it's just marketing, not a crime. And then one other person wrote in, wait until he finds out about popcorn chicken.
Oh my gosh, popcorn chicken.
I
That's
know.
a time machine back
Seriously,
to...
yeah, like middle school for me, elementary school even. So I kind of agree, like really, this is what we're super concerned about. You have all that time and money to like file a lawsuit against Buffalo Wild Wings, but hey, whatever, you know, more power to you, I guess, if you're in that situation. But, you know,
Yeah.
yeah, like it,
This didn't need to happen.
yeah.
It's I really just care about the flavors. Is it good? Am I getting lemon pepper? Am I getting barbecue?
Well,
you know?
and so in the lawsuit, the man said basically, you know, he wouldn't have paid that much for the item if he had known that it wasn't like a typical chicken wing. And I'm like,
I haven't been to Buffalo Wild Wings in a while. That was one of my favorite restaurants growing up. We went there, yes, we went there for my 5th grade graduation afterwards, but I don't remember there being pictures, so I don't know if adding pictures to the menu would help, but it's boneless wings. Like you have places like Wingstop, Popeyes, whatever.
Yeah.
Like it's well known, so.
yeah, absolutely. Listen, I hate to judge, but really?
Yeah.
Buffalo Wild Wings?
Well, we
Stop.
had this new renovation go on. There was this old mall there, and then they knocked it down, and there was
Okay.
just cement there. They finally put up a bunch of different stores, made it a town center. And Buffalo Wild Wings was one of the places there.
Okay.
And so it was the hot spot at the time.
Wow.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever eaten at a Buffalo Wild Wings.
No.
No, because I'm from Buffalo.
Wow.
And I think it's like if you go there, they take back your Buffalo card and they say you're no longer one of us.
I haven't been since, so I don't think I can go.
Okay, but you've had like real chicken wings before, yes?
Yeah.
Steph?
I'm
Like-
trying to think of like what. would
Like you've
count.
had wings from Buffalo
yeah.
or from
Oh,
one of the places here. Like have you been to like Duff's?
No.
Have
but
you been to Barbell?
Yes.
Okay, you've been to Barbell?
Yes.
That's all that matters though.
Okay.
Okay.
It's good.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's my favorite. I think about them all the time. All right, anyways, I digress. Go ahead.
All right, turning now to my topic. Childhood fans of Hannah Montana are about to get the best of both worlds on Disney+. The streaming service announced a new 20th anniversary special that'll be released next month, and it will be hosted by Alex Cooper, the voice and creative mind behind the Call Her Daddy podcast. And it's all happening in front of a live studio audience as well. Lucky people. Cooper will speak one-on-one with Miley Cyrus. Disney says she will, quote, revisit the moments, music, and memories that defined an era. Viewers will also see new archival video, and parts of the set will return, like the iconic Stewart family living room and Hannah's closet. I always wanted it growing up. It was so cool. Cyrus said, quote, this Hanniversary is my way of celebrating and thanking the fans who've stood by me for 20 years. Look at them. This is crazy to think 20 years. I'm beyond excited about this, as is the case with a lot of Gen Z or maybe first-generation Americans like myself. So much of my socialization happened through television. So even when we didn't have cable, I would wake up on Saturday Saturday mornings, it was a routine to turn on ABC and catch reruns. Now, if it wasn't That's So Raven or True Jackson VP, which was a Nick show, besides the point, Hannah Montana is the source of so many of my mannerisms or even sayings that I've picked up. So like, you said what now? You know, like stuff like that. There's so many of them. I could go down memory lane. Hannah Montana was also a cultural moment. So back when Libby Lou stores were around, I remember walking by and seeing girls get makeovers and blonde wigs to match the pop star. They were literally hanging. You could see them. They had big displays and everything. A moment. And there was even the Jesse versus Jake episode, and that was the talk of the lunch table. And there are still debates about that today. If you know, you know.
I don't know. I feel like really out of the loop, but keep going.
A lot of fans are expressing excitement online as well. We'll start with Gelson, who said, quote, "It's amazing to see how far Miley Cyrus has come since those days. The Disney Plus special will be a fun look at the start of it all." And this user had said, "The wig really carried an entire generation." Another person also pointed out the iconic hair, saying, can't wait. Let me get my wig. Some are feeling old by the news. I'm a part of that club. This person said, 20 years already feels impossible. Miley really grew up on screen with an entire generation watching. Curious if they'll bring back any of the original cast for this, which I have thoughts on that because there are so many great characters as well. This person put it simply, saying, quote, "I'm there unapologetically, and I am with you." Others hope that this transfers to other Disney shows and movies like Wizards of Waverly Place, even High School Musical. And with March 24th being a ways away, Disney Plus is hoping to get fans in the spirit soon. And starting tomorrow, fans can watch a nonstop stream of all 4 seasons, as well as the Hannah Montana movie and concert film, which I haven't seen. And if someone is hosting a watch party, maybe it's your grandkids or a niece, please invite me. This is the type of event you definitely need to share with other people. It's a great moment in time.
4 seasons? That's it?
I know, I thought it was more. That's what the release said, so correct me if I'm wrong.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, this does make me feel incredibly old. Incredibly old. I love that people are excited about this, though.
Yeah.
It's really interesting to see these stars like making a comeback tour, so to speak.
Yeah.
You know, and Miley Cyrus obviously has been really vocal in the past couple of years about the role of Hannah Montana.
Yeah.
And how that kind of shaped her young adult life and even her older adult life.
Mm-hmm.
So. That's going to be an interesting interview.
Yeah, I think so. And what's great, oftentimes you hear from Disney stars, just childhood actors in general, that their experience wasn't, sort of the best to look back on. And I'm glad that Miley has had time to process that, maybe heal from some things, and be able to revisit this with happy memories because there are so many gems from that show. Jake and Jesse, I don't remember whose team I was on growing up. I'm definitely Team Jesse after we found out in the Hannah Montana Forever season about Jake, which I guess I could spoil it because it's been out there for years, but Jake had cheated on Miley. And she found out from a picture from Lily and, not even Lily, but what's his name? Oliver. And he showed it to Lily, who was her best friend. I could go on, but
I need to stop with the true crime episodes and just start watching some of the stuff you watch because it always sounds really entertaining.
It is, and it's funny. So,
hey, much more to get to this morning on ARC Rochester, including when we come back. Time for a reporter recap on this Wednesday morning.
Hey, don't forget that you can watch us on the go wherever you are. We're streaming live on the 13 WHAM YouTube channel and foxrochester.com. We are back after this. costs are expected to skyrocket due to our cruel and brutally cold winter.
For this morning's reporter recap, Christian Garzone spoke with RG&E, alerting customers to brace for possible sticker shock when they open those bills.
As winter's wrath reminded all of us in Rochester this round, this season can pack a punch. As demand for warmth turned up to a maximum, Alexis Arnold with RG&E says customers across the region will likely see higher energy bills before spring.
So when we have a cold winter, that means more power will be required to maintain most homes at safe temperatures. And that greater demand drives up prices in the supply market.
We heard from one man who told us he was shocked to see his utility bill this month, $1,400, triple the amount of last month's. Arnold says gas supply costs are up 20% this year, and that is something RG&E does not control or profit from.
RG&E is in the energy delivery business. We do not control supply.
And RG&E isn't alone in outreach to customers. In a statement, Fairport Electric echoed Arnold, saying in part users can expect to see much higher than normal utility bills. This due to higher than usual costs, growing demand, less supply, and transmission congestion. Arnold says if an RG&E customer ends up getting a bill that is overwhelming, call them right away.
Walk them through to see where they might be using more energy. Where are some areas they can cut back?
There are also federal financial assistance programs to apply for, like HEAP.
So if customers need financial assistance and they're going to qualify, they should apply now for this season until those funds are exhausted.
Arnold says there are also payment plans that can be worked out.
We want customers to know that we are here to help you. So if you find yourself in need of financial assistance, don't wait.
And our Christian Garzone is joining us now for more on this story. There's a lot to get into here. I first want to start with that element of supply and demand as sort of the source for these higher bills.
Yeah, we're looking at a 20% jump, according to Alexis, versus last year. And she says, again, in the story, they don't profit from that at all. It's just they're sort of the conduit to bring that energy to customers. And you're right, there's a lot to get into. I understand, online this will not be a popular story. I haven't even looked at the comment section yet. I'm sure it's not friendly, because I had a little bit of sticker shock as well. My bill, usually as a single guy with a dog, my bills are like, I don't know, maybe 80, 90, 100 bucks. But this time around, I had a bill that was around 300. I shouldn't complain, because a lot of people are sending us their bills and saying, look, my bill is triple. We had a gentleman, I don't know if you heard in the story there, $1,400 for his family, which was triple from the prior month. I did have an interview set up with him, but at last minute he said, I don't feel comfortable doing it. So we were going to have that voice in this story, but I encountered that a lot this season, where people will send us bills and agree to an interview, then they kind of back off. And I get it. They get cold feet, because you never know what might come of it. But I will say, I broke these sort of RG&E stories years ago when I worked at Channel 8, when people were getting these exorbitant bills of, my God, like $8,000, $9,000, $10,000. I don't think we're in that place right now with these bills. It seems like it's high, but it's anticipated, it's expected. It's not like we had 4 years ago. You remember, both of you. I mean, some of the bills were astronomical, and you would try to call customer service, and you would never get anywhere. I think we're in a better place, but I'm sure a lot of customers out there would feel differently about some of the stuff that was said here. But I appreciate the opportunity to sit with Alexis, just, here's the straight poop from RG&E about what's happening. And they have been beating the drum on this for weeks, if not months already, like with this cold weather. Get ready for it. It's going to be higher costs before we hit spring with the bills.
Yeah, and I mean, we heard from Fairport Electric there too, saying, yep, same thing over here. You can expect a higher than usual bill.
Yeah, and I mean, there's so many things that RG&E says they can do to help you sort of analyze where your electric and power is being used. I think even Marty Snyder told me he did something like that similar years ago, and they found like the heating lamp for their chickens was $50 a month that they left on, or whatever he told me during the commercial break one time. But there's all sorts of tricks, and even like at my home, in my garage, I took that spray foam into the garage, and I said, look, I've got a crack here, a hole here. I filled those in. I noticed my garage temperature isn't as biting, and it sounds like such a simple thing to do, and it really is, though. I mean, the spray foam filled these cracks in, and I've noticed that it's just, obviously, not as cold in there anymore. But there's little things you can do. RG&E can take you through some stuff, where your power is going, what you can do to maybe insulate your home a little better. And of course, there's the heat program as well that we talked about in the package, the federal assistance that gives you a little bit of a stipend for your heating bills.
Yeah, and payment plans as well for folks when they open up the bill and they see that price. You know, there are options for them.
There are, and I know we're kind of looking forward to summertime and maybe a break with the bills, but summertime's the other end of this too. So if we have a real whopper of a summer, a real scorcher, a real sizzler, people turn on those ACs, and then that's another round of high costs there. I'm not really much of an AC guy. I'm more of like give me a cool fan.
Yeah. But my entire apartment is electric, so even using that, I gotta be mindful as well.
Totally. But there's a lot to discuss, and I will certainly understand if I see comments on Facebook like, we burn an effigy of Christian Garzone or whatever.
No.
Hang him high.
Hey, you know, you're not responsible for
no.
It's just the situation, right?
It really is. And keep in mind, I don't know if I said this, I don't mean to prolong this, but the past few winters have not been this is back to reality for us here in Rochester. We had, days that were relatively mild past, 2-3 winters, so people didn't have the heat on that much. And here we are now, full throttle. Yeah.
All right, Christian. Thank you. We appreciate it.
Yep. Hey, don't go anywhere. When ARC Rochester returns, it's time for this morning's weather trivia.
Meteorologist Mark McLean will join us after the break. Welcome back. Meteorologist Mark McLean is joining us now. We're getting a look at some of the fog out there.
Yeah.
Driving in this morning, when we had to drive in at 3 o'clock while you were nice and cozy in your bed, you couldn't even see the cars in front of you. I had to get that inside. Little dig.
Pea soup, right?
Yeah,
pea
exactly.
soup out there.
Yeah,
and there are some spots that actually have visibility down near zero right now, down towards Canandaigua, southeast of Rochester, and the airport. The visibility down. But, this is our Van Bortle Subaru mobile weather tracker out on the roads. And as we go through the morning, that fog is going to slowly lift and burn off. So it's going to take some time this time of the year with all this low-level moisture trapped. It takes forever to really get through some of that fog. We'll be talking about that for sure. But some weather trivia first?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. We're talking about weather records in the United States. And Rochester is actually one of the first cities that had recorded weather. So we were one of the first 15 cities that actually had an official recording for weather. This is back in the early 1870s. The National Weather Bureau back then by President Grant was established. Yeah, ours are old, but do you know which city officially has the oldest weather records in the United States? Is it Boston, Charleston, New York City, or Philadelphia?
Steph, you seem confident.
Well, I've narrowed it down to 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think that the ding dong is Charleston, South Carolina. So the wrong answer, the clearly wrong one. The distractor, I think one of them is New York.
Okay.
Okay.
And I'm still thinking on the other 2.
It's tough, right?
Yeah.
You think, well, what's the oldest part of the country?
Right.
Naturally, the eastern part of the country is the oldest part of the country. So we'll have the answer at 9 o'clock this morning. But let's talk about, let's go back to that fog. We'll talk about the visibility issues out there and some of the currents. And you look at Penn Yan, southeast, and you look at Canandaigua, and the visibility is at about 1/8 of 1 mile. So it rounds, the weather data rounds it down for us, but it says 0.2 miles in Batavia, about a 1/4 mile there, and the city at 0.8 at this point, 0.75 as it was rounded. Lakeside, 0.2 there in Williamson, Soda. So yeah, it's that kind of thing when you're driving in. You know, just give yourself a little extra distance with the vehicle in front of you. You start to lose landmarks. When the visibility is less than a 1/2 mile, you say, oh yeah, there's the road sign I'm used to, there's my exit, you know, there's the church that I always pass by. You know, you start looking around for things that you remember, and that becomes more and more difficult as that visibility drops down. But the good news, you know, this afternoon, the visibility will start to come back up. This is a future cast for fog, not something that we necessarily put on the air very often, but because we just don't have to deal with this very often. But that visibility starts to come back up pretty nicely later this afternoon. The other thing, the cloud deck is just so low. It's at 400 feet. So with that, you get some drizzle, some mist out there. We've got 34 degrees. And that temperature is going to turn out to be a key to the forecast with a winter weather advisory in effect lakeside and west of Rochester. We get this northeast wind that kind of dams up cold air. Look at Williamson, 32 degrees. Look at Hilton, 32 degrees. I'd love to hear from someone watching up there at Lakeside right now. Just let us know if you're seeing any little bit of glaze on some of the tree branches in your front yard or something like that, or on the car windshield. I'd love to know if something like that is taking place. But, you know, Webster, Greece, 34. You're above the freezing point of water. You're not seeing any of this rain accumulate in terms of icing in those spots, and a little bit more mild south until you get down to the Genesee Valley, Dansville, sitting at 32. So the pink color, it's just all over the place. You look at these colors. Green is rain, yellow and orange is steadier or moderate rain. The pink color is indicated on radar as a little bit of a glaze. So this could be some spots where we're starting to see a little bit of glaze play out. Look at west of Rochester, the expansion of that pinkish color, western Monroe County into Orleans County. You know, you look out towards Fulton and areas well east, and you're starting to see a deeper glaze there. So the cold air is a little bit deeper off to the northeast, and that parent storm system is going to send us a little bit more rain. So it's still well back to the west towards Minneapolis. So you're seeing some of that rain move through Michigan, parts of Ontario, Canada. It's going to be moving into western New York as we go through the course of the morning. So watch Lakeside. That's where that pink color stays. And, you know, if we do get a little bit of a glaze, likely it will be, you know, areas near Hilton, Hamlin, out towards Kendall, Albion, you know, Medina, areas west of Rochester, with that best chance. South of Rochester likely stays mild enough for just plain old rain showers. Then we get a nice quiet Thursday. I'm looking forward to that. Maybe a little sunshine. Look at that.
Yeah.
Towards the morning and early afternoon. I just don't want to over-advertise that for tomorrow. But Thursday night into Friday, our next weather maker arrives, and we're going to notice some rain moving in. It will turn colder through the day on Friday, and I do believe we'll finish off with some snow towards the end of the day. So just to put your concerns at ease here, this is not enough ice to cause any issues with trees or power. Okay, this is not an, quote, ice storm. It's just a little bit of a glaze. If you do see it lakeside, it's just an inconvenience on the windshield, and, you know, you warm the car up, you scrape it off, and you're going to be just A-okay. So the temperature may back off to near freezing by late this afternoon and this evening. Later tonight, we're going to see that temperature around 31. It's another foggy night. That temperature coming back up again for Thursday at 38, 43 for Friday with that wintry mix. And you see it does turn a little bit colder next week. We'll have to watch a coastal storm system Sunday night into Monday. The latest data is keeping that system farther away from us than it was yesterday. So we would be on the very edge of it as we go through Sunday night and Monday, maybe a little lake-enhanced snow on the backside of it. So some good news there, but it will turn colder next week with temperatures dropping back through the 20s.
Great.
We're almost there. We're almost there.
Yeah, 30 days to go, technically.
Technically, we're about 70% of the way through the snow season, too, at this point. So
This
is great.
Positive.
Go to the car wash. And...
I did go to the car wash. I couldn't stand it anymore.
Yeah.
All the ice and the junk, or not ice, the salt and all that stuff, it was driving me insane. I couldn't wait any longer.
We're getting a free car wash right now. Thankfully, it's not freezing to our cars.
I know.
Very true.
Yeah.
Good stuff, Mike.
Yep.
Thank you.
Hey, don't go anywhere. We've got much more to get to here on ARC Rochester.
We'll be right back.
On this Wednesday morning. Thanks so much for staying with us here on ARC Rochester. We want to take you behind the story now. And for generations, buying a home has been the first step toward building generational wealth in America.
But instead of waiting on the housing market to cool off, younger Americans are finding a different way in.
The National Desk's Angela Brown explains.
While their parents were saving for a down payment on a house, Gen Z is buying stocks on their smartphone.
I think it's really interesting. I think that it makes sense that Gen Z is leaning into the stock market right now because it's accessible, liquid, and it doesn't require a six-figure down payment. But historically, real estate has been one of the most powerful wealth-building tools in America.
A lot of young Americans are taking their savings, their side gig money, a slice of their paycheck, and turning it into weekly stock buys, not through a Wall Street broker, but through an app, making it easier to invest, and it only takes a few dollars. And the numbers back this up. This Wall Street Journal report found in 2015 that only 8% of 26-year-olds had moved money into a brokerage or investment account between the ages of 22 and 26. Today, that number is closer to 40%, and this does not include 401ks.
We're really winning with the young client. And we're seeing that younger investors, Gen Z investors, are 46% more likely to invest before they're 21 than the generation before them.
But experts warn there are risks. Markets can swing quickly, and without financial guidance, some could be more exposed to losses. And if this trend continues, it could have bigger implications, not just for Wall Street, but for the housing market itself. In Washington, D.C., I'm Angela Brown.
And Angela Brown joins us now for more on this story. A lot to get into here. The first thing I want to start off with is the general trend. And you had mentioned a safety component as well, wanting to make sure that while Gen Z is looking into this, they're competent about the stock market as well.
Well, yeah, because a lot of people are just going on these little apps and they feel that they can just maneuver and buy stocks willy-nilly. But you do have to have or try to look into having some sort of knowledge before you actually maybe press that button to buy that stock. But yeah, these apps are making it so much easier, and it makes it so much more accessible for so many young Americans and also as older adults that people are going online. They're using these apps to buy stocks. However, it's always good to do your homework before actually purchasing something.
Angela, it seems like there are so many young people and older people as well who are very frustrated by the American dream that was promised to them, right? The house with the white picket fence and the 2.5 kids and the dog and the cat and all of it. At this point, for so many people, it seems like they will never get there because it's going to take so long to save up the money or even come close to it. So this seems like, a quick and easy shortcut, but not the case at all.
You know, it's funny, when I did this story the other day, one of my coworkers who's 26, he told me in his ear, he's like, I've been investing in the stock market since he was, I guess, before 21, but he still doesn't believe he's going to buy a home. And I'm thinking to myself, what are you going to do with that money? For retirement, as like a safety net to have in cases of emergency? Because a lot of young people, they do believe the housing market or having the American dream by buying a house is out of reach because these houses cost so dang much. I mean, the average price is something like, $450,000. And then you have to come up with, 6% mortgage rates, and you have to come up with 10 to 20% of some sort of down payment. There's so many costs, and housing is so expensive that a lot of people feel priced out of the American dream. But yeah, one of my coworkers, young man, told me that he's doing the same thing. He's on his phone, he buys stocks, and it's kind of like, once again, a safety net for him. He's using that money to build his savings as well, but just in case, which is kind of sad, he never buys that house, he has a little nest egg that he has to put away on the side somewhere.
And it's great that you bring that up because I was wondering if some of the more traditional ways that people look to save money, that traditional savings account that is able to accumulate some money over time, that's one area. Is the interest in the stock market sort of taking away from that or maybe increasing attention there?
I think that people are focusing on the stock market because of the accessibility. And I think, you have these young people, all of us, we're already on our phones. Like my sister, who's in her 50s, she's now a stock trader on her cell phone. I think making it so accessible to so many people and they feel that they can put their money to use by investing it is why this is becoming so popular for a lot of young people. However, there are those drawbacks. It's not like gambling, but if you don't know what you're doing, it can be like gambling in terms of the house always wins when you think of a casino. And you have some of these people who are going online, they're buying some of these stocks, or attempting to, and they may be doing it for riskier stocks or putting their money in places they should not be putting their money into. But yeah, when you're working a side gig and you want to make your money work for you, you don't have a lot of money, you see investing in stocks as an avenue to make up that difference so that maybe you can sock it away and buy a house or buy that car. And this to some may seem like an easy way to accumulate wealth in a way that they can control.
Angela, one of the reasons I love this job so much is because you get to learn a little something about a lot of different things every single day. And, I love being surprised by things. While you were doing this story, what was the one thing, maybe there were more, but what is one thing that really surprised you that you learned and you thought, wow, okay, that blew my mind?
Well, the whole statistic about 40% of people 22 to 26, I think it's 15%. I thought that number was rather high. And to be honest with you, I kind of didn't believe it because that seems like that's nearly half. 50% of people 22 to 26 are investing in some sort of brokerage or an investment account. That number just didn't seem right to me. But then when I was talking to the young kids or younger people that I work with who are in their early 20s, and they were like, yeah, I've been doing it for a while. I was like, maybe it's a generational thing. I mean, younger people, like I said, they have the phones, they're investing. So I kind of bought it more when I heard from the people I work with, some of the young producers I work with here who told me that they've been doing it. But that number I thought was too high until I talked to some of the young folks I work with.
Have there been any concerns about market volatility? I feel like in recent months, we've heard a lot about the stock market here and there, depending on what news may come out in the business world. So have there been any concerns raised by any investors?
I have no idea. I'm not an issue on the markets when it comes to this, but when it comes to just, people investing, that's something you have to keep in mind. You have to think of that because the markets go like this. They're roller coasters. So when you're putting your money into a stock, one day it's high, one day it's down, that can impact how much you make. But in terms of how investors are seeing this, I have absolutely no clue. But if you are planning to invest in an app, you do have to keep that in mind because we all know how the markets are. The numbers are up and down, depending on what's happening politically, depending on what's happening with wars overseas, et cetera. So that's always something to keep in the back of your mind when you're investing in stocks.
Angela Brown, thank you so much for joining us this morning. We really appreciate it. And we'll have Angela's story available for you at home to read on 13wham.com. Thanks, Angela. We appreciate it.
No problem.
Hey, stick around. We've got so much more to come on ARC Rochester, including when we come back, we're heading into the kitchen this Wednesday morning.
And don't forget, watch us on the go wherever you are. We're streaming live. Join us on the 13 Wham YouTube channel and foxrochester.com. We'll be right back. It's time to get cooking this Wednesday morning. It's time for some spatchcock funk.
Today, they're showing us how to make an easy and refreshing dish. Take a look.
Spatchcock funk, so fresh, so clean. Today, we have blood orange ceviche, a super bright, super clean, super delicious appetizer. It reminds me of my honeymoon. My wife and I were in Mexico and we were partying all around the place. She just looked beautiful with the sun behind her, the blue waters. That's what's up. So this dish, man, it's awesome. And some people call ceviche Mexican sushi. They are wrong. Give them a big eye roll when they say that because it's not raw fish. We're gonna show you how to make it right now. What we're using is a ½ pound of fresh scallops, dried, and then we're also using 1 pound of cod. So cut the sustainably caught cod or another white fish. You can use haddock, you can use halibut. Cut them up into around the same size pieces of the scallops. So they're gonna look about that big. So here's the deal, right? The thing about ceviche, the reason why people have it wrong is it's super fresh and super clean, but it is not raw like sushi is served. Sashimi actually is what's served raw, so sushi, but it's got rice in it. So what you do actually is once you've cut this up, we actually are gonna cook it, but in a way that's super neat, super fresh, super summery. So we get all of our fish and our scallops into a bowl. Time to cook our fish. What we're doing is we've got the scallops and the fish in one area, and you're gonna take the juice, fresh lime juice, It's gonna take you around 3/4 to a cup of limes to get the juice you want. But what happens is when it sits there for 15 minutes or so, the acid in the lime juice actually cooks the fish. So we're gonna let this sit for 15 minutes while we get the rest of our stuff ready. We also are gonna use blood oranges. So these are only available a certain time of year because they've got this bright darkness and it makes them just a really, really, really vibrant and fresh color, as well as a vibrant and fresh taste. So we're gonna break this apart and segment it over a bowl so we can reserve some of the juice because that's going in there. After 15 minutes, the fish and scallops will be ready. Drain the lime juice first because the lime juice will keep cooking the fish and we don't want that. So we've got our fish here. We're gonna add in our 2 cut up, segmented, chopped up blood oranges. Then we're gonna add 1/2 cup of coarsely chopped cilantro. 1/2 cup, firmly packed. 1 chopped up fennel bulb. Gives a little crunch to it, nice little flavor, diversity, and then about a 1/2 teaspoon of salt. We're gonna drizzle it with good olive oil. Make sure it's good olive oil. Now we've got all our ingredients in the bowl, time to get mixing. Give it a couple good stirs, make sure it's evenly distributed so it's both purple and red and green and white all across. The color is just as important as the flavor. We want things to look good because you look good, you feel good, you play good. Once we mixed up, it's time to mix things up. Some good tortilla chips, all you need. Get a nice scoop of the different flavors on one chip. The sun shines on this, the sun shines on Spatchcock Funk, let the sun shine on you.
It's time to see what's trending now, starting with a very ambitious goal for Papa John's Pizza.
The national pizza chain has set a far-fetched goal for itself to become the first pizza establishment to earn a Michelin star.
Wow, I didn't know that was a possibility. While there are 70 pizzerias listed in the Michelin Guide, no restaurant has ever received a star.
To prove they deserve recognition, the company launched a pan pizza with a new recipe.
According to the chain, they spent years perfecting that recipe, noting that it includes a garlic parmesan crust, a 6-cheese blend, Italian seasoning, and no artificial flavors or colors.
The chief marketing officer at Papa John's said in a statement, the pizza, with its crispy edge and cloud soft center, is a love letter to a food that's shaped moments and memories for decades. Very poetic.
Yeah. The chain went on to say that their quick service alone belongs in a Michelin-level conversation.
To prove its serious Michelin bid, Papa John's is hosting a one-night-only restaurant dining experience, transforming one of its Manhattan locations into one of the hardest-to-book restaurants in New York.
Wow. The event takes place tomorrow and is said to be an elevated, softly lit atmosphere that showcases the artistry behind every slice.
Lucky guests will get a 3-course pizza-forward menu built around the new pan pizza, along with Pepsi pairing flights led by soda sommelier.
Okay. The intimate experience is reservation only, rewarded on a first-come, first-served basis.
Fans online are all for this goal, saying they admire the ambition, but they doubt that they'll get far.
Others are completely against the chain's bid, many claiming their pizza tastes like cardboard and their sauce is ketchup.
Yikes.
Yeah.
That's kind of brutal. I've never had Papa John's before.
It's been a while. I remember it once. They usually have a small pepper that they'll put in.
A what?
A small pepper.
Garlic cheese sticks.
Yeah.
Oh, come on.
Mark is raving.
He looks mad that I've never had it. I'm sorry.
You've never been to a Buffalo Wild Wings either.
I know. I don't know what to tell
Not
you.
missing much.
When there's good pizza and good wings in Buffalo, you know, and you can support local, you've got to do that, right?
Yeah.
No disrespect here. Listen, go for the gold. Go for the star.
Exactly. Try for the star. I'm excited to see what things look like. I'm sure all the influencers will get into this first come, first serve restaurant experience.
Yeah, I'm sure. All right, we'll move along to a story about cheating. According to a new study from Preply, the biggest Wordle cheaters live in the northeastern U.S.
Surveys found that players living in Maine, New Hampshire, Massachusetts, Vermont, and Connecticut were more likely to search Wordle hint than any other state.
Oh, not New England. In contrast, the South boasted the highest number of humble players. More than any others, players in Mississippi, Louisiana, and Texas are most likely to take on the New York Times puzzle, produced without clues.
In a recent study, scientists and therapists found that Wordle is taking a toll on players' mental well-being.
Guys, it's not that serious.
It's not.
It's really. Research shows players are riddled with anxiety that they'll be judged by their friends for receiving a lower score or taking a longer time to complete the game.
I understand that feeling of a little bit of shame.
Okay.
Because there were times when I would be doing Wordle with friends, and they would be like, oh, I got it. And then I wouldn't get it at all, like all of the tries. So I don't know. It's fun though.
For me personally, I cannot play Wordle simply because I get too angry. It's not like I'm worried people will judge me. It's like I'm gonna throw the computer through the wall if I don't get it. And it's not because I'm mad at anything other than myself, like stupid that you can't get it. That's all of my mom plays like a million of them, and I give her so much credit. You know, she's retired. Like she has the time to do it, and I wish that I had that time. But I get so angry and so frustrated that like I have to walk away from it. So if you're one of those people, more power to you.
Yeah, because there are some words where I'm like either one letter off, and I was like, it could have literally been this, or this would have been a better word. And then it's others where I'm like, I've used all of the vowels, and I've used everything that made sense, and it's this random word.
I will say the people who play Wordle or any of those word games regularly, they have all of these good little like tips and tricks for figuring things out. Like my parents are so on top of it. You know, again, so much credit. Yes. Yeah.
All right, we'll move on now. Plans are now being formulated across the globe, all to break one specific world record.
Famous bald rapper Pitbull is on a mission.
I was thinking Christian Garzone.
I like that we identified him as a bald rapper. Okay, famous bald rapper Pitbull is on a mission announcing he wants to break the world record for the largest gathering of people wearing bald caps.
Interesting.
That makes sense.
The artist took to Instagram announcing his plan. He encouraged all of his fans who are attending his BST Hyde Park show on July 10th in London to wear bald caps and have the time of your lives.
Oh my God. Hyde Park confirmed Pitbull's goal, stating that the gathering is an attempt to accomplish a Guinness World Record. When asked about the fans who wear bald caps, he said he appreciates the love, commitment, and support more than anything. We've got two of our own Pitbulls in the studio.
Yeah. Go ahead. Do a rap for
Can I get a hotel, motel, Holiday Inn?
Oh!
was amazing. Wow. All right. I don't know how we could beat that. That was great.
All right. The record attempt is inspired by the viral trend where fans attending his concerts will dress up as him, most of the time wearing bald cap.
Fans online are beyond excited, many saying they can't wait. Some fans even shared that they are flying out to London just to be part of this historic event.
It looks like a lot of fun.
Listen, the music is like, it just reminds me of like high school and college. Like it's just it makes me nostalgic, and the vibes seem great. You know, like what more could you ask for?
Yeah.
Maybe if Mark and Christian brought that same kind of energy to the studio every day, it would be different. But in the meantime, like I guess we just have to go to a Pitbull concert.
I know, it would be a good time. I was listening to, I think it's Time of Our Lives, recently. So I was like, I know my rent was gonna be late about. I was having a great time in the car, maybe going a bit too fast, so I had to slow down.
We know you have a lead foot.
You get lost in just a little.
Yeah.
But I was going a far distance. I was going back home, so it was,
Okay.
Yeah. I was just ready to get there, even though I had 2 whole states to get through at that point.
All right, much more to get to this morning on ARC Rochester as we continue into the 9 o'clock hour.
We're back after this.
o'clock on this Wednesday morning, February 18th. Thanks for sticking with us on ARC Rochester. We are flying through the month of February. I
can't believe it.
It's not breaking my heart either.
No, not so much. I think especially, at least for us, we love the month of March.
Yeah.
Because we've got the Lollipop Farm Tales of Hope Telethon. We have the St. Patrick's Day Parade.
The unofficial death of winter.
The unofficial death of winter, the official start to spring.
Yeah.
There's a lot to look forward to in the month of March.
Little flowers coming up.
Yes, we just have to get
my
through
daffodils are blooming.
Wow.
I have a picture, not with me right now, but
Bring
I'll
it
show
in.
you.
Yeah.
We'll put it on. We got lots of time. We'll put it on in one of these mornings here over the next few weeks. We got lots of time. We were talking about weather records in weather trivia. So Rochester, New York, one of the cities with the oldest records going back to the early 1870s, which is a very nice thing as a meteorologist to be able to look back and say, hey, well, at least this has happened once before, or this has happened 4 times before, or something like that. But, you know, there's cities with older records. And is that city with the oldest record in the United States Boston, Massachusetts? Is it Charleston, South Carolina? Is it New York City? Or is it Philadelphia, Pennsylvania? What do you say?
I might go Philly.
That was my first reaction. I was like, oh my gosh, it has to be this
Kevin,
one.
Amy, and Ron went that way too.
Okay.
Debbie has A, Paul has B, Jim has B for the answer. We got another board coming up here. Barbara, Mary, and David have D. Sarah, Tim, and Christy went with A for the answer. Laura, Yvonne, Michael, Diane, and Sue have D. Janet had B. And lots of guesses today. Allison and Lisa have B. This is taking off. Everyone loves the trivia. Laura, I didn't even get a chance to see him. Eva has A. Richard, Eva's husband, has D. And Frank and Mary Pat both have D.
We have Instagram, too.
Did they say C?
24% Boston, 16 Charleston, 44% New York, and 16% Philly.
So the majority on Instagram for our 13 Wham Instagram account think that the answer is New York City.
New York, New York.
Well, you know, when you think about historical places, right? That's one of the spots that was first settled, as was Boston, right? I mean, these are cities that have been established for a long time. We were up there, you know, to go to Salem for Halloween and experience that. And our hotel was right in front of the city line for Boston, and I saw the founded in, and it was like 16. I forget what the exact year was, like 1630. I was like, whoa! You know, you're used to the signs around here. Welcome to Parma. You know, 18 whatever it is, and then you get to there, it's like 1630, and it's like, whoa! Yeah, it was pretty cool. So what do you say?
Oh God,
I'm sticking with D. I'm going with Philly.
Philly?
Steph?
I feel like I have to stick with the first reaction, but something in me was saying could be A. I'm going to go with D, though.
D, okay. So here's the answer. Charleston, South Carolina.
Are you kidding
That
me?
is what I said was the absolute wrong answer.
This is, you know, people don't think of it as an old city, but this is an old southern city, right? This goes back to weather records 1738. The only older city in the world with a weather record goes to Beijing in China, and that's in 1724. This is a continuous weather record. So Boston actually, in terms of like an hourly observation, goes back to 1885. Blue Hills Observatory up there is the oldest continuously running in the United States. So some of these records were a little broken over the years, but going back through time, Charleston would take the cake for that. Isn't that kind of surprising?
Yes.
That's why I made it a weather trivia. I was like, I thought Rochester would have been, you know, in the top 10 or 15. I think we're in the first 15 cities that have a weather record for the National Weather Bureau back then. But interesting stuff. So,
Pat on the back.
Let's take a look. Our drive out there from the Van Bortle Subaru Mobile Weather Tracker, starting to show the fog easing in spots. That's going to be the experience. And you can see the camera lens there catching some drops of water too. So we definitely have some wet roadways out there. Just keep that in mind, you know, as you're getting around town there. You know, you see the brake lights there in front of you. Just give yourself a little extra space because you're going to encounter some fog at times. But thankfully, now that the sun is up, that does ease some concerns there. But the visibility at 3/4 of a mile, that ceiling at 500 feet. So that's a super low cloud deck. It's just an indicator that the atmosphere is very saturated. Current visibility as low as 0.2 of a mile in Batavia, Canandaigua, even less than that, down to 1/8 of 1 mile, down into Penn Yan, Yates County, down that direction. So those are the kinds of visibilities that you'd actually see during moderate to heavy snowfall. So if you want to make a comparison. And the other side of this is some of this rain that we're getting. You saw the air temperature was 34 in Rochester. Some of this may freeze in spots through the course of the morning and afternoon. I want you to pay closer attention to areas lakeside. Look at Ontario at 32 degrees, Brockport at 32 degrees. I'd love to hear from you if you're lakeside and experiencing temperatures that are a little bit below freezing. You may be seeing a little bit of a glaze up that way. Look at Warsaw also at 32 degrees. That's where you have to watch that step out on the sidewalk. And you look at the radar, this is the way we can kind of see, it gives us a good perspective on what may be falling. And when you see that salmon color, that pink color on the screen, that's where the glaze is a little bit more likely than other areas. And you're seeing pockets of that in valleys south of Rochester. You're also seeing that west of Rochester, putting that into motion, and also noticing that area is growing just a little bit. That was the expectation in the forecast today, that the temperature would slowly slide backwards through the course of the day. So as it does grow colder slowly, more of that rain could change over, but not to a point that we think it's going to be a real cause for concern. There's a cold front sitting over Lake Ontario, about 10 miles off the Lake Ontario shoreline, and some of that colder air is going to be bleeding south through the day today. So watch the temperature in reverse. We hang out in the low 30s here for the afternoon, upper 30s south of Rochester, and then that value starts to go backwards into this evening. Still a couple of spots of wintry mix around late this evening and overnight. But heading into Thursday, we'll get a nice quiet weather day. Lots of clouds around, temps in the upper 30s and low 40s south of Rochester. We'll take the break as it comes. By Friday, some more rain, and you're starting to see that pink color creep back in west of Rochester. We think we're going to get a wintry mix also through the course of Friday afternoon. We'll keep you posted on that. But just to give you a little bit more comfort in the forecast today, this is not enough glaze to cause any issues with trees or power. If you get a 1/10 of an inch, it's enough to slip and fall, and hopefully Benny won't. But
Benny.
look at Benny. It's like snow tunnels.
Seriously.
Can you imagine being that tall and looking around? It's like mountains of snow out there.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
And Benny had obviously some paths shoveled for him. It's going to be.
Gotta when you're that size.
I know. It's towel time for Benny today. We would love to see pics of your pets too. Send them to 13wham.com/chime in. We'll get you on the air next week. There's the QR code on the screen, and you scan that and you send in Benny. And Benny is on the screen now. That's how it happened right there, just how it happened. Okay, for tomorrow, a dry pause. For Friday, I think we're into a scenario that's very similar to what we're experiencing today. So for Sunday, we'll get some wet snow towards the end of the day, not a big deal there. But the hour-by-hour forecast will have us slowly declining today, back through the 20s overnight tonight as the wintry mix eventually fades away late this evening. We'll find on the weekend forecast temperatures slowly going backwards. That'll be the experience into next week as numbers slide back through the 30s into the 20s. We'll watch a coastal storm system Sunday, Monday if you have to travel down through D.C., some spots in the mid-Atlantic. That one could snarl things up pretty well for that Monday morning commute, but closer to Rochester, we think a lot of that is going to pass by to our south.
Well, it's nice that we'll have an above-average day at some point.
There's no -9s on that forecast.
Exactly.
Right? I mean, that's where we were early last week.
We're taking a bit of a dive temperature-wise next week.
Yeah.
Slowly. Yeah.
You don't think it'll get back down to like -9, do you?
Historically, once you get to the third week of February, the chances of seeing sub-zero temperatures start to go down pretty quickly.
Okay.
And by the time you get to the second week of March, the chances of seeing, quote, the big storms also goes down significantly. So we're rapidly approaching those two I don't know what you want to call them, places in weather that some people look forward to. I don't know. Some people like the big storms, but
who are they?
I don't know.
Yeah, really.
People that don't have to go outside and drive through.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good point. All right, 30 days to go, Mark. Thank you.
Yep.
Much more to get to here on ARC Rochester, including when we come back, some tips on how to keep our guts healthy and why it's so important.
Hey, don't forget that you can watch us on the go wherever you are. We're streaming live on the 13WHAM YouTube channel and foxrochester.com. We are back on the other side of the break. There's been a recent surge in people searching for new and effective ways to better support their digestive health, from eating more fiber to taking probiotics.
February is Gut Health Awareness Month, and today we are learning all about some products that can help our stomachs work well. For some tips, we're joined by nutritionist Kelly Springer. Kelly, great to see you as always.
Nice to see you as well. How is your gut feeling today?
So far, so good, Kelly. But I'm sure there are some people at home who maybe aren't feeling so great. So let's get right into it.
Absolutely. So when your energy is low, digestion feels weird, your immunity takes a hit, and that's why I'm here today with BioK Plus. So you're right, February is Gut Health Awareness Month, and we're learning so much more about our digestive tracts and what they do. So a healthy gut is not just for digestion, but it also is going to support your immune system. It's going to help with nutrient absorption, and it can even influence how you feel throughout the day. And so that's why I'm telling you about probiotic foods that can truly help. And BioK Plus is just that.
And for anyone who's maybe looking for a shortcut, let's say they don't want to take the supplement, I do and highly recommend, but for example, Pepsi, they have their probiotic line. Are those adequate sources of probiotics?
I am so glad that you asked. So when we talk about BioK Plus, this has been studied for decades, and each serving delivers 50 billion CFUs, which is significant. And BioK also makes it easy to reach people where they're at. So when we talk about really good products that are research-based, this is where BioK Plus comes into place. Also, they have tons of different options. So if you need dairy-based, vegan options, organic, non-GMO varieties, and all of these products are also certified gluten-free. So whether you're going in the dairy-free way or the plant-based or just looking for flexibility, there's an option that definitely works for you. So these are a much higher, well-tested product.
Kelly, there may be people at home thinking, all right, I eat healthy. I eat my fruits and vegetables. I hit all the food groups. Why in the world would I need to take this? What would you say to them?
Okay. This is where, again, research goes back. We've been learning over the past 30 years about what the digestive tract does. So there's 30 feet of digestive tract, and over that 30 feet, we have 100 trillion bacterial cells. Probiotics help to go in and actually replace and replenish all of those probiotics. Then if we add them to oats and to our berries and things like that, these are the fiber sources that help feed those probiotics. So the combination of getting these probiotics in, these live cultures, is going to significantly affect your health.
And I see that you have different colored boxes. So for the BioK, are there different options or variations with those CFUs?
There is. So the vegan has the raspberry, blueberry, and mango flavors. And then the original has the original strawberry and vanilla, and that's in the dairy flavor. So they are a little different. They taste good. They come in the little bottles. They're so easy to be able to have for breakfast. You can mix them into smoothies, have them in your every night oats or overnight oats. There's lots of different ways that you can have these. I recommend starting your day off with those probiotics though, so you get those in. It's very important that we make sure that we get those every single day.
Kelly Springer, we appreciate the time. For somebody who wants to learn more about your services, about all of the things that you're doing, because you're doing a lot, give us a little rundown of what you've got going on.
Absolutely. So first you go to bioplus.com. And you can also buy these out of Amazon. They can be right there. And then at kellyschoice.org, we have dietitians to serve you. So this is where we can work with your own diet to show you how you can add in probiotics to your day and also fiber-rich sources to help keep you healthy throughout this entire year.
And before we let you go, Kelly, I think it was Daily Dose that you had recommended not too long ago for the coffees. My sister got it and she absolutely loves it. And I gave her that recommendation because of you. So thanks for that.
I'm so glad. I love doing what I do as a registered dietitian. It's so much fun to show people new products and products that are actually good for you. So I'm so glad, and thank you for the opportunity to educate.
Of course. Thank you.
Thanks, Kelly.
Thank you.
Don't go anywhere. When we come back, we're asking ourselves the questions: is it truth or is it trash?
Our Christian Garzone will join us coming up after this.
Time for a little fun this Wednesday. We have Christian Garzone back with another Truth or Trash. So we got the whole gang here right now.
The trash. I'm blocking the trash there.
I
am the trash.
No. We're all pillars of truth here. Thank you for the opportunity. I was told this is America's most popular TV segment just recently.
Truth or Trash? I believe that.
I've been watching for a long time.
It's not trash. Yeah.
It's gathering a following.
Thank you for joining us. I have 4 stories today. The first one, we'll kick it off with underwear thief at a New Zealand school busted. Ready for this? Okay. A serial underwear thief who was also caught stealing towels and shoes was finally caught on camera. It's quite literally a cat burglar. The footage shows a black cat dragging items across the playground there. The Apa Nui school made contact with the cat's owner, who confirmed the feline is a notorious thief. The cat even has a new name called Slinky Malinky. That sounds like something they'd say, oh, Slinky Malinky.
That sounds like something you would say.
Okay. All right. Story number 2. This is called Harry Morse and the Nosy Trout. Back in 1873, young Harry Morse went boating with his mother on Keuka Lake. Peering over the edge of the boat, an 8-pound trout jumped out of the water and latched onto Harry's nose. He began screaming and crying, his nose all bloodied. His mother then bludgeoned the fish to death. A photograph was later taken of Harry, his mother, and the 8-pound trout. Now, that photo actually is selling like hotcakes across the U.S. and Europe. Harry later grew up to be a steamboat captain on a ship called the Mary Bell on Keuka Lake. One day, a violent storm arose, and a passenger shouted, he knew him from the photograph, saying, "Relax, Harry's at the wheel." That was overheard by a poet, Booth Lowry, who later wrote the popular poem, "Relax, Harry's at the wheel." So a nice story back from 1873. 8-pound trout, right on the nose.
Wow.
Yeah, ever see the Sesame Street where like Ernie's there with Bert? Here, fishy, 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 and the fish jump in the boat with Bert.
I remember that one. Yeah.
It's kind of like that. Remember that? Yeah. I'm dating myself there. It's
okay.
That's like my love life. I'm dating myself. Number 3. Man allegedly points gun at multiple drivers during road rage rush. Oof. A Florida man, this is tough, a Florida man is facing 7 felony charges after being arrested last weekend following a road rage incident. B. Alvarez in Bonifay, Florida, was taken into custody by the Walton County Sheriff's Office. He was apparently honking at the victims, speeding around them, then stopping in front of them, pulling out a firearm. Police were able to pull him over, and they found a handgun on him along with brass knuckles.
Oh, brass knuckles.
Tough character there. We have a great mugshot to show you later. It's worth the wait.
You love the Florida stories.
You just type in Florida.
Florida man's always good.
Oh my God. Keeps on giving. Well, did you know the musical Wicked was almost called Wizard?
Huh.
Okay, before Broadway was able to secure the rights to adapt the Wicked book into a play in the mid-1990s, there was actually a focus on the Wizard of Oz in his early youth with an origin story on the land of Oz. Attached to star in the stage production of Wizard were Adrian Brody, Michelle Williams, with Nathan Lane playing the older version of the Wizard. The project was abandoned once Wicked rights were secured. Wicked debuted on stage in 2003. So those are the 4 stories today.
Okay.
Serial underwear thief in New Zealand, cat burglar caught on camera, Harry Morse and the nosy trout, Florida man pointing gun at multiple drivers during that road rage rush, and Wicked, almost Wizard.
So what do we do? Go around the circle here and say?
I don't know. I feel like we need a group huddle to
okay.
I think it's a group huddle.
I'm liking serial underwear thief. I'm thinking that cat is probably...
Yeah.
I'm thinking.
I can believe that one.
I feel like I read that story somewhere.
No.
Probably searching for an off the top, but I could be wrong. Harry Morse and the Nosy Trout, 1,000,000% sounds like a story that Christian Garzone would make up. 1,000%.
I think I'm with you.
Could be. So you want to go around the room or around the circle? What do you?
Sure. Yeah. Do we have the options listed out? Ashley, can we see them one more time? All right. Marty, you want to go first?
Okay. Just start with the first one.
Yeah.
Go through each.
Yeah.
So I think yes for the cat.
As in truth?
Yes, truth.
Yep.
Let's see for the nosy trout. I think that's trash. The second one, the nosy trout. The Florida man, I'm going to say truth. It kind of lines up.
Pretty easy.
And for the last one, I'm going to say truth because wizard would be too close to Wizard of Oz and it would cause confusion. So that's my reasoning. So that's what I think.
All right.
Yeah, I line up with Marty. True on the first. Probably trash. Although I don't know.
You're kind of back and forth.
I'm a little bit. I'm on the edge on that one.
There's some crazy Finger Lake stories.
There is. I'll lean trash on that. I'll lean trash. It's Florida. Anything goes in Florida, so that's got to be true. Yeah, true on the last one.
See, all right, I'm going true for the underwear thief, false for the nosy trout, true for the Florida man, false for wicked called wizard.
Okay.
There's two that are not true?
It could be. They could all be true, all fake. We just don't know here. Even I don't know.
Does producer Ashley know the answers?
She does.
She does.
She does?
I consult with Ashley. We have a high-level
Oh, wait,
negotiation.
Steph didn't go.
I thought that trout was trash.
Okay.
And that was the only one I thought.
Okay.
Okay.
All the rest are
Okay.
true. Okay.
You ready?
All right.
Okay, here we go. The serial underwear thief, the cat, that's true.
Nice.
Nice.
All right.
And ready for this one? Here we go. The Harry and the trout, that's true.
No.
Are you
This
what?
came-
God.
Harry got using the Finger Lakes. Yeah. I have the
Get
pic-
close
there
up.
it is right
There
there.
it is. Oh.
That's little Harry and the trout that latched onto his nose. And that photograph went gangbusters across the U.S. and
An
Europe.
8-pound trout.
Hey,
8 pound. There it is right
shout
there.
out to mom for, protecting her kids.
Exactly.
Yeah, so that's a true story. The Florida man, I mean, come on, we know that. This is true.
Yeah.
I wish we could show that mug shot. It's a beautiful mug shot. And then if we have it, Ashley, there we go. There he is.
Oh.
His full name is Blackie Alvarez. Yeah.
His first name is Blocky.
It says Blackie. That's what that was it said in the release. So, yeah, that's his full name, Mr. Alvarez there. And then the last one, I made that up.
What? We talked about this
I know.
morning.
I deliberately did that. During the newscast, I said to Stephanie, I'm like, hey, you hear about this wizard wicked thing? Stephanie, what? Tell me more. And I told her.
No.
So I sort of laid the scene.
Solid.
Chris?
Solid.
Is that sinister? I'm sorry.
Oh, good.
Forgive me.
It's like we're having a great conversation.
Think differently of you now.
There was a plot.
It was a plot flex. But yeah, truth or trash, 4 fun stories there. That wicked one, wizard one was the only fake one.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Okay, wow.
Very interesting.
Yeah.
I like that.
And I like the book, too. Did somebody send you that?
My dad got this for me, and he said, my dream one day, Christian, is that on ROC Rochester you would use this book in your Truth or Trash. So, Dad, I finally did it for you. Happy birthday 2 days early. That was my birthday. I'm trying to save money, so I'm just as like when someone does a dance for somebody for their birthday.
You've gotten a bunch of
Please
stories
don't
out
do
of the
that.
Finger Lakes book.
Yeah. But great stuff. Yeah, thank you for having me, guys. Thanks for coming.
Yeah, thanks for the
Mark
invite.
and Marty, good to have you guys. All right.
I like it.
All right, when we come back here on ROC Rochester, we still have quite a bit to get to.
Yeah, we're back after this. 9:31 on this Wednesday morning. Thanks so much for staying with us here on ARC Rochester. Happening tonight, 7 local brewers will go head-to-head in a wild mashup of Quiz Bowl, Double Dare, and Top Chef challenges.
It's all part of the 2026 Rochester Brewers Throwdown, and this morning we're taking a closer look at their upcoming event and how you could watch all the action. We're joined now by the organizer, Chris Knopfangle. Good morning. Thanks so much for being here.
Good morning. How are you guys doing?
We're doing great, thank you. And we're happy to have you on the show. Let's get right into it. This sounds like some fierce competition, my friend.
We're definitely hoping that all of our brewers are going to be bringing their A game tonight here. The big thing about tonight is to simultaneously show love for the craft beer industry, but at the same time not taking ourselves too seriously.
So what are all of the brewers that are involved, and how did this idea come to be?
So this actually came about twofold. I was lucky enough to actually travel with the New York State Craft Brewers Association out to the Great American Beer Fest out in Colorado. And what I witnessed out there was a brewing community that was incredibly tight-knit. And they did a kind of a scaled-down version of something similar that we're going to be pulling off tonight. I knew when I came back, this was something that I wanted to undertake, but at the same time, this year we've been hit with some rough news about the craft beer industry as a whole, especially here in Rochester, and we put it into overdrive because we thought if there was one thing that the community needed is just a reminder of how much we appreciate the craft beer industry in this area.
Tell us more about some of the hits that the industry has taken. I know we've talked about it quite a bit in the news, but for somebody who's unfamiliar, they may be thinking, I have no idea what's going on.
Oh, sure. Not a problem at all. It's, craft beer is cyclical. And what we saw was an epic rise in the amount of breweries that were opening over, realistically the past decade. And that type of growth, led to a point where the business kind of self-corrected itself. And what you're seeing is the breweries that are still around after this, we'll call it settling, are stronger than ever. They're making spectacular beer. They're providing, top-notch experiences for everyone that walks into their tap rooms or takes their beer home. And so, it's very easy to get lost in the, there's a craft beer bubble and, millennials aren't drinking the amount that the generations before them have. And it's very easy to take a doom and gloom mentality towards it. And that's what tonight is specifically trying to address, is reminding everyone again that, these are valued businesses in our communities. These are incredibly talented individuals who are doing spectacular things in their craft. And so if we can do that and have some laughs while doing it, then more power to us. So.
Exactly. I'm wondering what else you can tell us about some of the challenges. We had mentioned earlier some Top Chef type things. So is there food involved?
Oh, so tonight there are multiple rounds, and some of them, like we said, are in the Quiz Bowl range, where we're going to be testing the mental might of the various brewers that are up there. Some of them are sensory challenges, where we ask them to actually, with a blindfold, identify either a beer or a specific varietal of hops that's going to go into a beer. And then some of it is just good old-fashioned messy fun. So
it seems like a pretty tight-knit community there. For somebody who's interested in stopping by, they don't need to be like one of the groupies or one of the regulars, right? It's open to everyone?
It is open to absolutely everyone. The doors are opening up at 11 Cup at 6 o'clock. Show is going to kick in at 6:30 and open to the public. If you even, minorly enjoy beer in general, you're going to have a great time tonight. So.
And I was seeing on the flyer that there are some door prizes. Is there a top prize or just mainly door prizes?
Well, there's definitely a top prize for our brewers tonight. They're going to be competing for a laser engraved custom brewer's paddle so that they can show off their win. But yes, anyone who is part of the audience, we're going to be doing a combination of door prize giveaways of brewery swag, but also at the same time, the brewers are bringing some special gifts from each one of their respective breweries that we will auction off throughout the evening to go to the Pink Boot Society.
Oh, wow. Very good. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. We really, really appreciate it. And best of luck. Are you competing or are you just kind of...
I am hosting tonight, so I'm going to rest my vocal cords for the next couple of hours. So.
Very good. Well, best of luck to everyone participating. And thank you
so
again.
Hey, stick around. We've got so much more to come on ARC Rochester, including when we come back, we're getting another check of the forecast this Wednesday.
And don't forget, watch us on the go wherever you are. We're streaming live right now on the 13 Wham YouTube channel and on foxrochester.com. We'll be right back. Welcome back. All right, we are talking about some weather right now, tracking mixed precipitation heading our way today. Some folks experiencing it already. And we're also going to talk about what we'll see throughout the day.
And we do have a lot to talk about. Meteorologist Marty Snyder is actually in the Van Bortle Subaru Mobile Weather Tracker for us. He's given us a closer look at conditions right now. Marty, what are you seeing out there?
Well, at this point, really not too bad. We're live in Henrietta on Lehigh Station Road, and at this point, we're coming in above freezing. And today's one of those cases where we're just at the very critical point where we're so close to freezing. Officially at the airport, 32 or 34 degrees it is. I'll take a look out front, and you can see roads are wet. You can see the water coming up over the windshield. So the good news is we are coming in above the freezing point now. But just took a look, couple stations to the west of Rochester. You look over towards Brockport and even over towards Medina. Those areas very close to freezing, right at 32, and that's just what we're anticipating during the day today, where there may be that pocket of just slightly cooler weather, and it's only by a couple degrees west of Rochester that make it a little easier for some of those pockets to turn over to a little bit of freezing rain with the possibility of a little bit of a glaze on surfaces. But areas south of Rochester, here in Henrietta, points south, maybe a little easier go during the day today, just since we'll keep those temperatures just a couple degrees added to them, and that may help out a little bit in that category.
Hey, Marty, can you give us an estimate on visibility down that way? The fog was a concern earlier this morning. What's it look like on your horizon there?
Well, at this point, we're making the turn north. I think we're over towards Calkins. And visibility, I'd give it probably about a mile and a half, 2 miles. You can see a pretty good distance down the road, so not really an issue for travel in this one area. But like we were seeing earlier this morning, there were a few of those variations out there. So I always have to give that little disclaimer that just because what you see here, looking out the front window, may be a little worse in some areas, a little better in others. But it's manageable here, not too bad at this point.
Yeah, I think so many of us have already gotten used to the clear roads and the lack of snow just from the couple days that have been above freezing. But a good reminder that rain out there and the wet roads can quickly turn to ice, which is probably something that we're going to experience later.
Very true. Yeah, and the one good thing about today, and Mark and I were talking about this yesterday in preparation for the event, is the fact that we're starting to see the precipitation ramp up right now. It's not going to be a lot of heavy precipitation, but the timing of it is key. A lot of the bulk of the precipitation will occur during a time frame when we're our highest sun angle for the time of day. You reach solar noon, around noon, give or take, and just that little bit of added energy, that insolation. That's with an O, not like the R factor stuff that you put in your house. Just that added amount of heat that comes through the cloud cover is just enough to heat some surfaces, add another couple degrees here and there. So it may be a case where some areas that do have a temperature of 32 degrees exactly, the surfaces may be just a little bit above that, maybe 33, maybe 34, and that may provide that little added comfort zone, which may help out a little bit in some instances. But yeah, really close call on some of these areas as far as that temperature and being really close to that critical freezing point.
All right, thanks, Marty. Thanks for taking a drive for us this morning, getting out there in the Van Bortle Subaru Mobile Weather Tracker, taking a look at conditions across the area. We're lucky to have that, and you out there in the field giving us the report. Thank you, sir.
Appreciate it. Yeah, nice having a little road trip for a change.
I'll say this on the record. The two hardest things to forecast in meteorology by far are fog and freezing rain.
Really?
Both of those are less than 24 hours advance notice. Okay. And to be honest with you, more like 12 hours. And it's just a very localized condition. It's a very specific condition that develops in certain spots when everything comes together the wrong way in weather. And I've got some explainers. Sometimes we call it fog chester this time of the year. In spring, advection fog is very common in this area. And it's when warm air goes over cold ground. Now, the ground obviously is frozen. Not only that, but it has still some snow cover on it. And the immediate effect on warm air is to condense that warm air. So you see the clouds form, and in this case, it's clouds at the ground, which we call fog. And advection fog, very common as that warm air goes over the cool ground in late winter and early spring. So this is the time of the year if we're going to get it. We don't see this a lot on Lake Ontario. The Canadian citizens do on the North Shore because that warm air goes across Lake Ontario also up towards Canada, and they get lots of advection fog off of the lake up towards places like Watertown and Peterborough, areas up to the north. Now, the visibility is officially at 1 mile. As Marty said, the temperature above freezing for most spots. We're sitting at 34 officially. That was the delicate part of the forecast. We had several data sets yesterday morning at this time that indicated the air temperature would be 31 or 32 degrees. Now, you talk about the difference that would make. all this rain that's coming down would have been in the frozen form. But even at 32 degrees, freezing rain is only about 50% efficient in freezing because that air temperature is so close to the freezing point of water. A lot of that would drip off of trees, drip off of power lines. It's not really until you get down to about 27 degrees that 90% of that water freezes on contact with freezing rain. So the visibility across the area, it's a mile to a mile and a half in a lot of spots. Williamson a little bit less, about a half mile there. Penn Yan about 2/10 of a mile. And this is how that freezing rain has a tendency of forming. Think of it, warm air like a wedge. This is called overrunning in weather. And that warm air ramps up over the top of cold air that's in place. And as that happens, clouds form in the atmosphere. As that warm air goes up in the atmosphere, it cools, it condenses into clouds. And if that air continues to rise, it will precipitate as those clouds can no longer hold the moisture content at that specific temperature. Now, it depends on how deep the cold air is as to what will actually fall. If the cold air is very deep, it just changes over to plain old snow, okay? If the cold air is a little less deep, it can be ice pellets, graupel, sleet. And if you have, and I mean thin, when I say thin, I mean a few hundred feet. Like the ice storm of 1991 in Rochester, we only had a few hundred feet of sub-freezing air, but it was very cold air that was at the surface. Some of these ice storms like April of 2003, we actually had air temperatures in the upper teens while it was raining outside.
Wow.
Can you imagine that? I mean, It's very super dense, super cold air that the rain is falling into. But the rain, the key here is the rain doesn't have enough time to freeze as it's going through that sub-freezing air. So when you go outside today, and if you look at your thermometer, it's 31, 32 later this afternoon, just think of it as like a super cooled water droplet that's coming down through the atmosphere that's ready to freeze on contact with any object at the Earth's surface that is below the freezing point of water. It's a lot of science.
Yeah.
It's a lot of science.
You know Steph is disappointed when she just goes, You can always tell. She'll try to say something positive after that. But
it's hit or miss in science class, right?
Yeah.
And a lot of these things in weather come down to subtleties like that. Overrunning is something that takes place kind of on a somewhat frequent basis this time of the year, but freezing rain is not. It's not typically in Western New York. We'll get about 4 or 5 events a year where you walk outside and if you're not careful, the foot goes flying and you're on your duff. You get the ice scraper out and you move on with life, get the ice off the windshield. But occasionally we can get these setups that stall in place, like 1991, like 2003, and then that's where it becomes a problem.
Well, we don't want any problems.
No.
Yeah.
No. Thankfully, this does not look like it's going to be a problem.
That's good.
I want to stress that.
But a good reminder: people shouldn't be overly confident.
Right.
All that good stuff.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Exactly.
Just give yourself time.
All right, Mark. Thank you, and Marty. I know he's not here anymore, but thank you, Marty, and Terry. We appreciate it.
Yep.
Yes. When ROC Rochester returns, we are meeting 2 more of the adorable contestants competing in this year's ROC Top Pet Contest.
We'll talk about it after this.
win ROC's Top Pet contest? Well, that decision is entirely up to you because Verona Street Animal Society's contest is still open for you to vote for your favorite.
For each week until the end of the contest, we'll be featuring some of the contestants competing for the top prize. And this morning, we're introducing you to Laszlo and Franklin.
We are joined now by owners Cassia Kuhn and Danielle Kier from Moore. Good morning to both of you.
Good morning.
All right, so we have Franklin right here. Franklin, who is all about whatever is inside.
His peanut butter treat.
Oh man, it looks and smells delicious.
Yeah.
Looks like Franklin loves it. And then this is Laszlo over here.
This is Laszlo.
A favorite from last year, correct?
Yes, the highest voted cat ever.
Wow.
I mean, that's pretty big. Is this the first time for you, Danielle?
Yes, first time. We just adopted Franklin a little less than a year ago from Verona, so this is his first time in the contest.
Tell us about Franklin.
Franklin, as you can see, is very treat motivated. He loves toys. He goes from 0 to 100 just as soon as he goes 100 to 0. So he likes toys, he likes playing, he likes naps, he likes snuggling.
He likes his mom, clearly.
Yeah, he's a mama's boy for sure. You sit?
Very good.
Sit.
How did you meet Franklin?
So I volunteer at Verona. I do all the photography there. So I saw that he was one of the strays that was found. So I was kind of keeping my eye on him. I told my husband, I was like, well, if he becomes available, we might have to go meet him. And he goes, okay. So we met him, and obviously with that face, it wasn't a hard decision. So.
Yeah. And Laszlo, the highest rated cat ever for the contest. Tell us about Laszlo. This is not the cat, I should say.
No, this is not actual Laszlo. So Laszlo is a former barn cat, and he is turning 10 this year. So big birthday for him. He has lived in the area for basically his entire life. He is just like a super funny guy. He loves solving puzzles. He loves treats like Franklin's.
Yeah.
Anything where he has to solve something. And he loves living in Rochester. He's a big fan of the Rochester restaurant scene, based on how many restaurants he's tried to steal food from when we bring it home. Just loves the cuisine here.
And I'm really curious, having done it last year, what are some lessons or something that you've learned that you're bringing into this year?
Well, the thing to know if you don't have a dog is it is 30 times harder if you don't have a dog.
Wow.
This is, normally they say it's a dog-eat-dog world. This is a dog-eat-cat, bird, lizard, anything that's not a dog world. So just be patient, and be patient with your friends, because they know, they're like, we know that Laszlo's great. You don't need to tell us again and again and again. But I mean, just look at
You had stickers made last year, is that right?
Yes. I work in marketing, so this is our fun marketing project for the year at our house. Just super fun to think of all the things you can't normally do at work. And do those crazy projects. And it's super fun because it's for a good cause. So we love doing it to support Verona Street.
Absolutely. And with working so closely with Verona Street, what does it mean to sort of have this attention to the Animal Society, but also here to these beautiful pets?
It means a lot. I was just telling Mary before we came out that, you know, it's easy to fall in love with the animals that you meet, because, you know, just spending a few minutes with them and knowing, you know, kind of where they came from. Like, he was found as a stray. So raising money for where he came from, you know, means a lot to us. And honestly, look at his face. I mean, you know.
Both.
And his favorite toy is a squeaky beer can, so I think he'd be excited to be on a beer can.
Right.
So too. Thank you both so much for coming on
Thank
today. For somebody who wants to vote for ROC Top Pet for either of these amazing candidates, what do they need to know?
Well, I can't help you, Franklin. I'm sorry. Laszlo has his own website, voteforlaszlo.com, which has a link right to the page to vote for him. That won't help you. I'm so sorry, buddy.
He's confused.
And for Franklin, you just go to ROC Top Pet and look for Franklin, and he'll come up.
Fantastic.
Great.
Thank you both. Best
you.
of luck to both pets. And we're going to continue featuring these animals on ARC Rochester until we have an official winner.
Hey, don't go anywhere. When we come back, it's this morning's Final Thoughts.
We'll be right back.
Hi, Franklin.
Time for our final thoughts of the morning here on ARC Rochester. You guys, great coverage there.
Weather tracker.
Thanks. Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah,
I like
road
that.
trip today.
It's interesting, getting out in the weather tracker. And also on the back of the weather tracker, we've got some weather gear there too. Where, when the vehicle is stationary, we can also use the rooftop cam and kind of look around. And also some of the weather gear on there, it's got its own little weather station on it.
Yeah.
It's really cool.
Yeah, it's very cool.
Super neat. Lots of good stuff this morning. Rock Top Pet, obviously. Stuff about your gut health. Trying to think, truth or trash.
Yeah,
busy.
that was a fun
busy
one.
That was a fun
morning.
segment.
Yep.
Yeah.
Apparently, I was bamboozled. So.
Well, I mean, he did you dirty there.
You got us all. Yeah,
Not
I think
gonna
to
lie.
a certain extent.
Yeah, that was brutal. All right, that does it for us here on ARC Rochester. Make sure to wake up with us again tomorrow morning starting at 4:57. We're on 13 WHAM ABC.
We've also got much more live local news coming up later. 13 WHAM News at midday. Mark will see you then. Have a great day.